Welcome everyone to GlitchX 2024. Oh man, it's so exciting to be here today, Kevin. What are we doing?
This particular GlitchX is going to be a little different than last year's one, where last year's was a live stream. Today we actually have a bunch of indie creators that we want to share with you guys, really putting the spotlight on the indie animation scene. What we want to do with GlitchX and what we want to do with Glitch in general is really trying to bring up the entire indie animation industry, or the animation industry in general, together. Since last year, so many amazing creative shows have come out of the woodwork and have gone funded, looking for support, have announced small teasers online. And the whole purpose of GlitchX is to share that with you guys, and so you guys can go check them out. So please, everyone that we showed today, really do what you can to support. And honestly, the best way you can support is really just sharing and talking about the show and spreading that awareness. Obviously, if they have a Kickstarter or if they have any merchandise or a website to go to, please feel free to do that as well. But sharing goes a really long way.
And we got some fun segments peppered all throughout today's videos, so look forward to that.
We also are interviewing Olan Rogers, the creator of Final Space, and another indie animated pilot called Godspeed here on YouTube. He's an incredibly experienced and successful creator that started on YouTube, went to Netflix, only to get his show cancelled and wiped off the face of the internet, which is, you know, really sad. So we're going to be talking a lot about that. But then we also talk about his journey into the indie animation scene, creating his own pilot. And I'm so excited for that. I think we're going to be able to learn so much. So please stay tuned for that as well. That's also going to be in. And with that, Luke,
I think let's get started. Woo!
Once upon a time, there was a boy and a girl who broke the moon. As pieces of the moon fell, people's lives were permanently changed. The boy lost his father, and the girl lost herself. However, the boy and girl's guilty conscience overcame the two one day, and so they began to confess their crime, for they knew the worst was yet to come. "It was an accident," cried the girl. "We will fix it," promised the boy. The people stared quietly. "A child couldn't do this," one man openly laughed. "What a silly story these children have made," chuckled another. Even silly stories should be listened to. After all, isn't this just another silly story?
Hello everyone at GlitchX. My name is Jordan Whitman. I'm the creator of Port by the Sea, and thank you so much to everyone at Glitch for allowing us to showcase our indie animation work. Earlier this year, a small team and myself developed and released the animated pilot for Port by the Sea. With it came the hope that we could showcase a small sample of a larger narrative that we've been planning out for a long time. What we just showcased was some foreshadowing for the series and what could come next. Port by the Sea is a limited series and contained narrative with a beginning, middle, and end. It follows two kids, Port and Umi, and their pet crab Jolly Roger, as they set forth and pick up fallen pieces of a broken moon in order to prevent an ancient titan named Tiamat from flooding the world once again. It's a coming-of-age story with a variety of difficult obstacles the main characters need to overcome, as well as a story that highlights the lasting effects of consequences from characters' actions. It's our hope now that we can find a home for the short series, so we can make more soon. As we look toward options and interested vendors, we'll continue sharing updates and what could come next. Thank you so much again for everyone's support with this project, and hope you all enjoy your time at GlitchX.
All my life, I've known that my place is out there, among the stars. That's why tonight I'm gonna steal a starship and leave this life behind, for good.
We'll need to confirm your license and make sure your ship is up to par. Safety concerns.
Oh no.
In case you've forgotten, today is our planet's feeding day.
This power inside of me is dwindling, and I've no idea how much longer I can keep this planet alive. promise.
Hey everyone, my name's Miranda. I'm both the creator and the animator of Atlas and the Stars.
This is it. It's just me and the stars now.
The first episode of the series was released last December, and I'm currently hard at work with the animation for the second episode.
Trust the process, Nebula!
With a total of 8 episodes, this series remains an ongoing production. You can help support the show by subscribing to my Patreon, where you can get behind-the-scenes access to exclusive content, monthly updates, and so much more. You can also check out our merch, watch the episode, or follow any of my socials to keep up with the show.
Yes, excellent.
Thank you so much for having me be a part of this year's GlitchX. Hope you enjoy the show.
Pomni, did you see that?
What? No, we were just standing in this void for about 30 minutes.
The creativity! The art! The passion! Do you feel it seeping through your ophthalmic arteries?
Well, I do kind of feel a migraine from all your shouting.
I knew it! All that indie animation that just played was so inspiring! You, disembodied souls at home! If you are practicing or wanting to create the arts such as animation, paintings, or hardcore yodeling, then you got this! I know you all have the potential to make something amazing! Like this cool rabbit I drew, named
Good job, Caine.
You're welcome! Now let's proceed with the show!
Can we go back to the circus now?
I'm okay. Hey, Captain, your copy of Trinoculars Monthly just came in the mail.
Is that the Smithsonian edition?
Y'all good? Y'all good?
Tengo que ser bueno.
That cargo you're carrying? Who assigned you that contract?
Babe's got it from some blues a few days ago.
You're only as good as the company you keep. You know what's holding you back. Cut it off.
Anything about you that's actually good?
I don't miss twice.
Take your shot, Little Red.
It's a pity what your father has been through. Mistakes are best left behind, after all.
Wow, those moving cartoons were so cool! And they're pilots, just like me!
I know, right? I get so pumped seeing this kind of stuff. You guys are rad. We got so inspired, in fact, En and I have a little something to show. En?
Presenting our own pilot!
The Deafening! Set in the distant future, this revolutionary story revolves around everyone dying!
Here's the concept art. Death by cuteness. Frightening, I know.
Work in progress. We gotta figure it out. Just go watch more shows while we sort this.
Enjoy the rest of the show!
So, got a plan?
Yep. Let's get this over with.
Please get me out of this. This is a terrible idea.
Relax. We both know we'll be fine.
Hey, boss.
A hunter, huh?
My dad's missing, and they know why.
What a joke.
I can't stand it anymore.
Not just any D4 scumbag, are you?
We gave them everything.
Don't yell that.
Congrats for the...
Down. I'm going. We'll never forgive them.
Sweet plan, right?
Heathens is an indie anime dark fantasy series for and about young adults. Forever bored by his work as one of Hell's public servants and several other failed careers, Axel, a bright-eyed demon, finally takes the plunge and joins up with the Hunters Inquisition, a bounty hunter organization. He and his friends, Aura and Carlos, become an official squad, and it propels them into exciting new adventures that just happen to take place at the most dangerous time for Hell itself. Heathens is a story years in the making by Studio Psycho, an indie dream team of both award-winning and on-the-rise artists from around the world, united by anime brainworms and an undying devotion to indie animation. Our members have worked in studios and on productions such as these guys, just to name a few. This year, our first Kickstarter got funded, which means the Heathens pilot will release 2025. If you're in a place where you can support our journey, you can check out our cool new Patreon and follow us on socials, where we share production updates, merch news, character insights, and a whole lot more. Thanks so much. We'll see you soon.
Cleveland, my son! Is it true that you found a new dungeon for the pesky Ace of Wands?
Yes, Mother. He even sold us his tower in the desert as part of the deal. That property was more valuable than he realized.
Just as planned! Why are you kneeling?
Oh, I, dropped my pen. It's hard to see in here. So, we've all been curious. What's next for the Dungeon Flippers?
I just acquired a new dungeon for us. It's a real mess. I may have gotten a little carried away during the negotiations. We gotta flip it fast before someone else snatches it up.
Ooh, a full, fast flip, Miss Caine? We'll need everyone's help this time. Laurel, think you can use your scrying skills to help us find some buyers? Maybe a brooding phantom or a maniacal warlord?
Let's see. We'll see who's left standing after today's battle at Dyer's Crossing. I'll reach out to him.
You're the best. Emma! Is Splendor's best stoneworker ready to renovate?
So long as we don't awaken any primordial abominations lost to time. Again.
That is the plan. Hey, Mort! Do you think our talented human resources manager could raise an army of the undead to... We've got the people.
And we've got the place.
Now, we just need to do what we do best and get some hype going.
And I've got the perfect plan for it. We flip this pile of bricks and host an open dungeon.
Hey everyone, welcome to this VA fun segment that we are doing here on GlitchX. Here we have Elsie Lovelock, the voice actor of Uzi Dorman, and we have Michael Kovach, the voice actor of Jax and N.
Hello!
And we have the voice actor of Pomni, Lizzie Freeman.
Hello.
Just for some context, about a month ago, we posted up a social post where we asked the fans for some fan scenarios involving Pomni, Uzi, or Jax, and the fans have sent through some really hilarious things, and I've picked out some certain scenarios that you guys will be acting out today. You guys ready?
Yes.
Yeah! Awesome.
I lost my mother. My father left me for dead. The only friends I have are the things that murdered my kind. And my body is a host to the world-ending eldritch horror. What is your nightmare that haunts you?
I got lost in a corn maze once.
My whole existence is just pain.
First time.
Pomni, I heard people are shipping us.
What? To where?
Well, hi there, little clown fella. What's your name?
Dang, that's a cool frickin' name.
Oh, heck
Yes!
yeah. Yes!
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars?
I could really use a wish right now. Wish right now. Wish right now. Just 3 shots from this kitchen gun, and my dirty sink will look good as new. Bang, bang, bang! I love kitchen gun. It's so sad that Pomni died of ligma. Who's Pomni? Ligma ball.
Hey, Ann, what? Wait. Ann, are you high?
Am I what?
Hi.
Hi.
Jax! Help! I'm abstracting!
Hi, abstracting. I'm Jax. First of all, your Jordans are completely fake. Second, you, my friend, you have absolutely no good taste in anime. And finally, you haven't even thought about buying Spotify Premium. Wanna break from the ass? Look! I found a puppy!
Aw, it's so cute!
Finally, some food.
No! No, stop crying. I need to continue explaining the Five Nights at Freddy's lore. You are my fire.
The one desire.
Believe when I say I want it that way.
Tell me why.
Why do I have to be stuck in this game?
Aw, there, buddy. Let it all out. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm going into labor!
Guys! My father is in the Night Corps!
I don't know what that is.
Excuse me, he asked for no pickles!
I don't like pickles.
Don't f with me! I have the power of God and anime on my side! Wait,
Thank you guys so much. That's the end of that segment. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. Guys, did you have fun?
Yeah, it was so
great.
fun. I love that.
These guys are wonderful VAs for our shows. They are so talented. And again, I want to say how important voice acting is to just, really bring life to the characters and just how great voice actors are.
Thank you so much. I love you all very, very much, and I'm so glad that you enjoyed it and loving our little edgy bean. Thank you so much.
Thank you to the fans.
Yeah, you guys are awesome, and it's always lovely getting to see just everything that you guys do, and just knowing that you guys have supported these shows is just genuinely so awesome.
Just if anyone out there, if you're interested in doing voice actor, I say follow your intuition and go for it.
Yeah.
Follow your dreams.
Well, thank you guys so much. We're going to go on to the next segment of GX now. We'll catch you around. See you guys.
Bye.
I've got unknown code. Aren't you scared? Haven't you heard? The unknown means possibility. And only it can bring us surprises.
Hi, GlitchX. We are Starseed Animation from Macau. We are so excited to introduce our new project, Cosmic Travelers.
Hi, I'm Momo, the director.
I'm Tim, the producer. In Cosmic Travelers, we mix 2D with 3D to keep that handmade feel. With SpaceX lead space exploration, we want our animation to be the part of this new space age of discovery.
This story dives into humanity's drift toward a multi-planet existence and our evolving connection with powerful AI. It's a journey of curiosity, survival, and redefining humanity's role in an interconnected universe. Our character, Rook, an orphan, and his robotic companions, Aria and Amber, embark on a mission to uncover why Earth has lost contact with the outside world. Along the way, they face questions that echo in our world today.
If you love 2D animation and want to see how an indie animation studio creates a full season, follow us on YouTube and Instagram for updates.
Thank you for supporting indie animation. We are excited to share this journey with you.
Punch Forever is about 11-year-old Go-Go Matsumoto who travels with her family to Death Island to compete in Emperor Koro's Infinite Tournament. However, in the 50 years since the tournament's conception, no human has been able to win, making it more of a spectacle for the demon's amusement if anything, and surely Go-Go will be no exception. Hey, this Go-Go girl ain't half bad. Maybe she can win it after all. You'll just have to wait for episode 300.
How many episodes are out now?
2? But the creator of the show, Speedo Roo, has a special message just for you. What? What are you doing? What's going on, big fella?
I ate too many cheese.
You working on episode 3?
Uh-huh. Here's a sneak preview. For what event?
Well, that was cool. It didn't look very finished, though.
Oh, it'll be out eventually. You know how it is with indie animation. Unless this cheese was poisoned.
I poisoned it myself.
So, got anything you want to say before we skedaddle on out of here?
You can find Punch Forever right here on YouTube. Just go to the search bar and... You can find it directly on my channel or on Newgrounds. It also actually shows up better when you just Google it. Anyways.
Whoa, hey, easy on the cheese, buddy.
We didn't budget in-betweens, idiot! Your contract is for just enough motion! Tell me about it, V. Creativity's not as easy to corporate vice grip as I thought. These frickin' indie animation artists want to make it look good. I can't climb the capitalism ladder at this rate.
You have a ladder?
My foot's in a door, but this animation work is so complex, high cost, and requires meticulous perfection.
Yeah, just kinda go for it. Little messy, little screamy.
I've soundproofed the cubicles, but yes, the mess! How can it take weeks or even months to prepare even just a few seconds?
I don't do leftovers. Less rich.
Much less. The upfront cost versus the promise of return? It's so financially risky. I just wish... What are you talking about? And Uzi, better be at this desk when I get back.
Brace yourselves. Hi there, GlitchX. We are so excited to tell you about our upcoming pilot episode called Spice Frontier: Escape from Veltagar. Here's a quick rundown on what this sci-fi adventure is all about. This is Caine. He's a chef, he's human, he was raised by aliens, and he's trying to fix the universe.
Wait, what?
This is Sela. She's a cyborg, and she's the pilot of the Serrano, which, yes, is a spaceship named after a pupper. This is Ada. She's a scientist, she's the youngest member of the crew, and she's voiced by me, Kiera Please. You may know me on the internet for my cosplays and music, and like I said, I'm also the voice of Ada in Spice Frontier. I thought it was just in my head. If you like Star Trek, Dungeons and Dragons, and Treasure Planet, then Spice Frontier is right up your alley. Rounding out the crew is a mechanic named Eloy, a computer hacker named Maud, and a mechanoid called Nexus. So you're probably wondering, what happens in the first episode? Imagine a future where the very memory of humanity is fading. Thanks to a galactic war, Earth is gone. And with it, the treasured ritual of sharing delicious meals together. Can the Spice Frontier crew unite the universe over a bowl of mac and cheese? Or is Earth's cuisine destined to be forgotten? Find out by subscribing to the Steamroller Animation YouTube channel. And make sure to hit the bell for notifications. Steamroller is dropping the pilot in May 2025, but in the meantime, you can check out the Spice Frontier short film that's on YouTube right now to get a taste of the Spice Frontier universe. Taste? Get it? Anyways, that's all for now, and big thanks again to GlitchX for letting us talk about this project. See you guys later.
Don't worry, meet us there.
What is up, 2024? This is Andy coming to you live from the future aboard the Enceladus V. Wait, is it live if I'm sending video back in time through a temporal bending algorithm? Whatever. If you want to see what me and my friends are up to in the year P197, then check out Enceladus V. Follow at 1111anim on TikTok to see all the cool vids we send from the future. Check out the first episode, out now.
Hey guys,
Hello.
We are so excited to say that Olan Rogers, the creator of Final Space is here with us today.
And also the pilot of Godspeed.
Olan, we are so excited to have you. Just for the new viewers watching, would love to know a little bit about Final Space and just a little bit about Godspeed as well. Just the shows that you've made.
Yeah. I mean, Final Space really started out as a really terrible, awful animated cartoon called Gary Space. Don't look it up. It's still online. Just don't ever watch it because it will ruin every impression you have of me. I didn't know how to animate, so I was trying my best with what I had. But then I was like really wanting to do animation. I had always wanted to do animation since a kid, really since like Toonami, like Dragon Ball Z and Reboot. And I was like, man, I really want to do this. So 6 years after that, I think I approached New Form Digital. It was like this little digital company that was like funding people's passion projects. And they had done like a few projects from people kind of like in my circle of YouTubers. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to leave this set until I try to go pitch that executive an idea. And one of them was for Final Space. And all I had was just an image of a character, which was Gary in Mooncake, because I was doing concept art. And I was like, that was it. That's my pitch. It's like, I want to do an animated thing.
And I got greenlit.
Yeah. They were
incredible.
like,
wow.
It was really funny too, because I had an entire book that I was working on, sci-fi book that's finally coming out this year. But I was like, I have this book that could be a really cool live action sci-fi thing, or I have this one little piece of animated like concept art. Which one do you want to do? They're like, we've never done animation. Let's do it. So they gave me 10K, which is nothing, but I didn't know at the time, like 10K, what can I do with that? And this is where it gets crazy. They reached out to an Australian animator who was essentially wanting to break out from doing college humor videos. His name was Joe Brum, the creator of Bluey.
Oh, yeah.
And wow.
He basically was like, I love this script. I need something to show that I can do something more than, just college humor stuff. And I was like, let's go. Essentially, he animated it and he crushed it. He absolutely crushed it. And was able to kind of put it online, and within like the next day I had gotten messages from like Lionsgate and Adult Swim, and I was like, wow, I feel like my life is about to change here, because this is like that moment that you've been building up to. And went out to LA, pitched it, sold it to every single place that heard the pitch. And I didn't really know how to pitch, so I was doing things that typical people didn't really do in a pitch. I was like standing up. I would stand up. I remember I even had one bit in there where I did like the Dino DNA from Jurassic Park, where I recorded a thing and timed it perfectly. So I would be talking to myself in the presentation as Hugh. And it was like, they just got a sense and feel of the show. I was just kind of going up and trying to just pitch my dream passion project,
I mean, that pitch sounds like really entertaining.
I would love to hear that
watch
pitch. I would love to watch that pitch. What's incredible about your story, and really actually relatable for us, is like you started on YouTube just making whatever you could with whatever you had, and then incredible that it just started growing from there, and then you could pitch to YouTube and Netflix. Like, that's wild.
Very inspiring.
Yeah.
That's an awesome story, man.
The funny thing though, Netflix wouldn't hear the pitch from me. They were kind of burnt out on the YouTuber, I think, bringing in a show, and and I've done nothing. I had nothing to my name. It was like they expected it to be bad, right? So they were putting me at the end of the day. They were putting me in positions where like this isn't going to be very good. But then after that day, everything changed. I was pitching in boardrooms after that point. I didn't know anybody. It was all Conoco. Kind of Conoco, because I brought them onto the project. They used their resources to be like, let's set up some pitches. They were just setting up pitches left and right, and I was just pitching people. The crazy thing though is like I went in crazy amount of debt because it was just me going up to LA, staying in hotel hopping for 6 months, because I didn't know when. Nobody told me like, hey, when are we pitching? Just give me the week that we're pitching. They're like, you just got to be there. It could happen at any moment. And I'm like, all right.
That's crazy.
Oh,
what?
Man.
That's crazy.
I've never heard that.
I've never heard of that before.
Nothing's covered.
So you in LA 6 months just like waiting and hoping to get the pitch.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then after the fact, when I sold the show, I was like, when is it starting? Like when it, at what point is like, well, we got to do the deal process. So imagine 3 months waiting around. Is it going to happen? Not going to happen. I didn't have any reps So I didn't have an agent, manager, lawyer, nothing. I had to get that on the fly. And then when I sold my show, I remember my attorney and my rep saying, look, everybody's already made their deal. You're going to get the scraps. What does that mean? And you're like, well, we're going to try to make a good deal for you.
The idea of like, it must be so tough to sort of just sit and waiting and just wait for the powers that be, you know, to tell you what's happening next to your show. Like the lack of control would scare the hell out of me.
Hate that.
I thought of it. Of like not knowing, like, is it going to happen? Is it not? You know. And was this your full time like thing during this time?
I was pretty much doing YouTube nonstop. But I was also like trying to get this thing figured out. I couldn't talk about it, right? You can't talk about it because it's the deal. You don't know if it's going to happen or not. And I was just kind of stuck in a limbo for a good 6 months. I remember like, look, I have to talk about this in some way. I remember talking to my agent. He was like, well, let's just leak it. I was like, can we do that? It's like, can we do that? It's like, yeah. And the whole thing in Hollywood is like, just do it and apologize later. That's like every mantra that I've heard. That first year was tough. But I think after that, it steadily started to turn into a nightmare. After that first season, I signed a first look deal because I was like, look, if somebody wants to hear my ideas and they want to give me some money to develop those ideas and I can pitch it to them, yes, I want to do that. But they would sit on my ideas for 8 months and they wouldn't give me an answer. It was like a bonkers thing where it's like, I guess people, when they just do this deal, they just sit and they don't do anything. But I was like, I was wanting to make something else, you know?
8 months. That's crazy.
They only had 2 weeks to give an answer. But I kept hearing, you got to be a good partner, right? You got to be a good partner. You got to wait. Be a good partner. Be a good partner. I heard that so much that it just kind of drives you insane.
So really, like, it became more about playing the game of this like hacky sack between these companies, between these producers, than the show itself.
Yeah.
You know, it felt like more of your mental energy went towards like politics than making the show. That's crazy.
That's messed up, yeah.
Season 2 was still the hardest one. I mean, imagine getting like 30 to 40 rounds of notes on one script that you know is overstuffing it. But executives want more. They want more comedy.
I couldn't imagine that.
I would hate that so
much.
much.
I would hate that so much, man.
It's rough.
When Goose and Liam, like, they write their scripts, and when Liam was making Murder Drones and Goose was making Digital Circus, like, you know, maybe we'd have like one note and it'd be like, that might get demonetized on YouTube. Like that's all we do.
That's all we do.
The fact that like every single thing you wrote or created was getting like dissected and diluted. It must have been like, I don't know a good visual for it, but seeing like your creation slowly get warped and turned into something that wasn't even what it originally was in the first place. That must have been really tough for you.
That started to really play games with your head of like, how do I just hold on to the slivers that make it the show that I started out with, right?
Yeah.
I still remember getting a call from executives after we had done all 13 animatics of season 2, and we just sent the last episode to get animated, and we get a call that says, "Hey, is there any way we can take the 13 season 2 and turn it into 10?" And you're like, "What? Like, what are you talking about? Like, no, episode 10 is my least favorite episode. Like, no, we can't do that. It ends on that moment. Like, that's a big season 2 moment." And we had built like a year of building up to arcs and everything and coming to that point. And they wanted to end it at season.
Yeah, you can't just cut like a whole chunk.
It was coming, right? So we spent all night theorizing, how can we do this, right? All night. We left at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. And we came back in the next day at like 10, and we were like, we think we have an idea of how we can fix it. And they said, no, don't worry about it. We figured it out. We're doing 13. And you're like, holy crap.
Oh my God.
Like, I'm going insane. Like, this season is just like, it's one thing after another.
This is so standard in the industry,
which
right?
Really sucks.
Which really, really sucks. And one thing that like we've been trying to tell the whole industry now that people are really looking at Glitch and what we're doing, if any execs are watching this, art in general, it's the expression of a person, right? Like this final space is part of your identity. And the reason why like Digital Circus and Murder Drones did so well is because they are authentically
It's a
Gooseworks and
yeah.
authentically Liam Vickers.
The full
Yeah.
vision.
It's their personality in show form. To take that and try to change it, right? You lose the sense of like what art is
Yeah.
at the end of the day, right? What animation is, and that is expression of self through these characters.
Yes, right on the money. That is so refreshing to hear. Like,
thanks, man.
You don't hear it every day. You don't hear everybody.
No,
and
you
that's
do.
why
You
it's
do
like,
not. It is criminal. Like that.
Oh,
that is
man.
not the norm. That
Yeah.
like, that people don't know that is the norm.
The crazy thing was, when Final Space got canceled, the only way I can describe how it felt was like I was losing my friends. Not the people, not the people that obviously the people that worked on the show, but the characters. I was losing a part of myself, and they were stuck at the worst possible moment. And so I kept replaying that moment in my head. And it's like I've lost them. That was my entire how do I save these characters? So I was really trying to figure out how to obviously do the graphic novel, and after 2 years I got a license to do that, and that's awesome.
Right.
How you spoke on really creators and how they're putting a part of themselves in that show, and it's an extension of them. The more people warp that, you really start to kind of lose yourself, and you start to lose that identity of well, what am I making? Who am I? I'm not the only one that's went through it.
It's every single person that's gone through that
yeah.
Hollywood machine. It's
Yeah.
it's the same thing. I've heard it many times.
But that, I guess that leads perfectly into Godspeed, right? Which was
just for our viewers watching, Godspeed is Olan's indie animated show that he was able to create and distribute through YouTube. It's on YouTube right now. You should go check it out right after this.
Watch it.
Yeah.
So after 2 years after the show got canceled, I was like, well, what do I do? Making Godspeed was let's show kind of people what we can do with the experience and what we've learned making Final Space. Let's let it breathe. Let's make something that it's an extension of who we are right now. The thing that we were kind of going through while we were writing it was the show was disappearing. So I was like, look, I don't care if it dies. I just want it to be forgotten. And so we just took that and we said, that's our story. That's what we're going to write about. Everybody might not connect with it, but it's just at that point, it meant something to me. The awesome thing that you guys have done with the Netflix and Digital Circus, that's awesome. That's a huge deal. Okay. And I'll tell you a little bit why that's a huge deal. The thing when it comes to Hollywood deals, right, is that if it has never been done before, they don't do it, right? Mm-hmm. So if a deal has been made there and you want something, they're like, well, that's not how the norm is, right? Yep. So it's really hard to get a new kind of deal made until somebody comes up and smashes the wall. And then everybody after that point has an ability to make a deal very similar to what you guys have done.
I'm so glad that you said that. That's exactly the reason why we wanted to do this deal as well, because it is the first of its kind where a show has completely come out on YouTube or has been coming out on YouTube first, and then non-exclusively gets to be licensed to a streaming sub. It is the first time this has happened.
Bonkers.
And
obviously, let me ask you this. Is it a typical license deal? What is the structure of what that kind of deal looks like? Because it seems like it's a licensing deal that they're going to put it on Netflix, and obviously you get to contain all the rights, IP, merchandise, all that stuff, which I love, because back in Final Space days, those kind of deals didn't exist. They wouldn't think about, they would want to own the thing that you have.
They want to own everything, It's basically just licensed out non-exclusively, and we maintain all the rights, all the control, everything. Honestly, the amount of work and flights to LA that it took to get to where we are, it's never existed before. And I'm so happy that it's animation that gets to be the first on the platform to be able to do this kind of thing. So
it's a great window too for you guys to access a whole nother part of the world. It's all over the place, but it's so many more eyes, where it gives you guys the credibility. It gives you guys a huge vehicle for an independently funded thing. That's massive. That's a huge thing. It doesn't exist.
No, exactly. And what I started hearing from just recently from other creators, they told us hey, because some execs heard about the Netflix deal and what they're doing with you, other people in the industry reaching out to us, and now we're like talking these deals as well. I'm like, that's incredible. Like, it's incredible that, and it's so fast as well. Like, YouTube's here to stay. It's not like this, not like back in 2015, 2014, where it's like people are making shows that are really high quality, that have huge audiences that people are really liking, right? And this is where the attention is now, right? And I think that's so powerful that we get the control. We get to keep the control there as well. And we get to have the say in like how these deals go. I think it's incredible and a huge win for all of us.
Dude, it's so hard to get any sort of leverage on animation deals. Like, I can't stress how hard that is. So if the more knowledge of making licensing deals gets out to people making animation, the better the entire industry will be going forward. That means you are not going to be in a situation like me, where you're having to fight just to get the little sliver just to finish your story, right? And I think if you guys are able to keep that licensing deal, you know, hopefully you guys can keep making kind of deals like that with other streamers and Netflix. I think that's great. I think that's awesome.
What's really clear that we're seeing is it's working, and the community cares, and the community wants to see more of this sort of stuff, right? And so if anything, and that's actually the whole purpose of GlitchX, it's to amplify all of this, all these creators, everything that we're doing, and showing that like, we hold the power and we hold the control to make whatever you want and make a huge splash in the world by doing it.
And we want to give other chances to everyone else.
So I reached out to Kickstarter, and I actually I'm like doing a consulting gig for Kickstarter because they want to help out indie animation.
Oh, that's sick.
That's great.
Huge. So look, if anybody has a project, you want to get kickstarted, come talk to me. I can help you out. Okay.
You're about to get 1,000 emails in your
come message me. It's one of these people has to step up and actually want to do something to help out, and talk to Patreon, talk to Kickstarter, and Kickstarter was like, look, we like what you're saying. Like, how can we help? And
that's great.
So I'm consulting for like 4 months. So look, you have a window, 4 months. Come talk to me, okay? Like,
there you go. So all the other creators, Olin's your guy.
Olin will look after you.
Yeah. Olin, thank you so much, man. It was great having you on the show, and we will see you in the next one.
All right.
There'll be more. There'll be more.
Yeah. All right. See you guys.
Aw, Jax, looks like we're at the end of GlitchX.
Are we? Oh, thank God.
Oh, which indie show was your favorite?
Huh? Oh, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Okay. Well, anyway, just a reminder to all you cool cats at home, please go and support all the indie creators you saw here today. We would really appreciate it.
Or don't. I don't really care either way.
Jax, you're just like, not for 5 seconds.
Anyway, bye everybody. Have a lovely day.
Hey, I wanted to say that.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching GlitchX 2024. That was an amazing blast.
Everyone that we showed, please go check them out, support them how you can. If there was anything that really interested you, we really implore you guys to go and support them. And it can be as simple as just sharing and talking about the show. Really, like, this industry, the indie animation scene, it really lives off of you guys sharing it.
The community.
And that's the whole purpose of GlitchX, to be that megaphone and that amplifier for all of these incredible shows. And ultimately, that at Glitch, that's what we want to do. We're doing all of this so the whole industry can get the support it needs, and at the end of the day, we get some really cool shows that we can all watch and share together.
Yeah, so you can go check out everything that we've shown. Again, links in the description. There's also glitchx.com where we fully show off everyone that we've shown today. And you can go support them there.
And usually what we do, or rather last time, we're like, wait, there's one more thing, you know, and we do that whole like Nintendo Direct thing where it like fades to a trailer or something, but not for this one. Instead, I want to have a really important conversation to all the creators, all the indie animation, or indie creators in general.
Or anyone wanting to make anything really.
Yeah, really. I really want to talk to you guys, okay? This is what this part is for, before we sign off. This entire industry is growing, and we're seeing more and more people create stuff. That's fantastic. And as you probably saw from this stream itself, or from this video itself, people making Kickstarters, people making Patreons, people are getting their shows funded. Good job, you did the hard thing.
Great job.
Getting a show funded is actually the hard part, right? What I really want to communicate out there is that there's a whole nother area that now that creators need to be cognizant of, right? And that is the business side of it. And yes, I know it can be a bit boring. Yeah, and I know a lot of you guys want to focus on the art, right? But truly, just like production management is important, just like managing your files, right? Knowing schedule, being able to delegate work, all that stuff, just like that is important for a show. Knowing the business and operational side of things is also as really, really important. That's knowing how to manage the money. That's knowing how to do the accounting, the tax, the legal side of it. I know that sounds like a lot,
but it's something that needs to be considered. It's very important.
Yeah, we're really lucky because Luke's more of the creative side and I'm more the business side. We're two sides of the same coin, so we're really lucky. And I wouldn't expect any single creator to know all of that on their own. But all I ask is just know a little bit of the basics. If you do a Kickstarter, know where that money is going, know what
needs to be taxed.
Yeah, know what's tax deductible, all that sort of stuff. Starting a company under the show would really, really help. Knowing all of those tips and tricks can really set up your show for success. Yeah. And we have seen people not necessarily knowing that and falling into like these big sort of pitfalls, right? And we don't want anyone to go through that. So educate yourself. Try to talk to people, know people in the community. You saw Olan Rogers himself. Talk to him. He can tell you.
He's there to help.
He's a great resource. He'll be able to tell you about all of that sort of stuff. He's really, really knowledgeable as well. Please just be aware of the business side of things as now you're going to make these shows, because it is a lot of money that's going into these shows, right? Knowing and understanding how to manage that money and the rights that you have is going to be really, really important, okay? That's the next big step now, right? Because all these shows are starting to get funded. Now it's the next big step, you know? And obviously, you know, in the future, there's marketing and merchandise and all that sort of stuff, but like, let's start off with like this managing the business side of it.
But yeah, that's it from us. Thank you again so much for watching GlitchX.
Also wanted to give a special shout out to Saberspark for his support in assisting us in this year's GlitchX.
Thank you guys so much, and we will see you guys next year.